What's up, guys? So, I'm just going to do a little talk about Hulk Hogan returning to the WWE. So, this past Monday, um, Hulk Hogan returned to WWE. Now, for me, this came as a bit of a surprise, and I only knew he was coming back at Elimination Chamber when they announced it. They were like, tomorrow on Raw, Hulk Hogan is back! And he was like, oh my god, Hogan! I've seen him in TNA, but for some reason, him being in WWE is a big deal now. So yeah, this came as a shock to me. Obviously, some people did know about it beforehand, months in advance, because they read dirt sheets, and it was quite obvious because it had been saying in papers that and magazines that Hogan was trying to sign a deal with WWE. But this feels like, for me, it is more just a ploy to fucking plug the WWE network than him really giving a shit about the WWE. The same as like when The Rock came back to host like WrestleMania 27, was it? 27? Yeah, because he wrestled Cena at 29 and 28. Yeah, when basically when he plugged WrestleMania 27, it was pretty much because like he was gonna come back, and he had a shitload of movies coming out, so it was pretty much just promote that as well. I'm not saying that he came back solely for that, but it was to promote movies. But I think really this is the WWE network plugging thing. I think Lesnar's back, Batista's back. It seems and Warrior has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. This isn't. I don't think all of this is coincidental. I do think they have planned this for a long time, and it has been set up this way. So it coinciding with so close to WrestleMania is on the build up to WrestleMania, they're probably gonna show you vignettes of WrestleMania moments, and then they're gonna say, oh well, Hogan's back, so on the you're gonna pay for the WWE network, so you can go back and watch Hogan's WrestleMania matches or all his old matches, because you see him now and how he no longer has muscles because of his age and he's had so many surgeries. Like, you want to relive his glory days, or Warrior's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, so let's go back and watch Warrior matches, or Jake the Snake's being inducted, let's go back and watch his matches, or Lita matches. I think it's all just been plugged that way on purpose. Oh, I like Batista, I'll go back and watch Batista's matches, or Brock Lesnar's matches. So obviously, it's going to be Brock Lesnar and Undertaker at WrestleMania, which kind of knew was coming. That's been leaked around for a while. So if anyone remembers Brock and Undertaker's old matches, they were good. They had a Hell in a Cell, a Biker Chain match. They had some fucking good matches, and I quite enjoyed those. When some of the first pay-per-views I watched when I started watch wrestling religiously, one of the first one was No Mercy, and it was Undertaker and Brock in a Biker Chain match. That was like one of the first pay-per-view. I think that was the first pay-per-view that I went out my way to go and watch off my own back. So they had some decent matches from what I remember. I'm not so sure if I'd see that way now because I'm older. But so all this just seems like it's trying to plug the WWE network. It seems like the same shit like they did with the WWE app. When they've got guest panels on a pre-show to a live pay-per-view, they'll talk about, oh, go to the WWE app and watch what happened on the pre-show and blah 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 blah. Oh, and who do you think's gonna win tonight? Vote here. And it's just like, they must be getting some dough to plug this as many times as they want, or maybe like they get a percentage of. It's a free app, so I don't understand why it's just like, if it really was free and they got nothing from it in any way, they wouldn't be plugging this shit so much. There must be some positive kickback they get from this. And same as, you can go into the WWE app and vote now, like the voting isn't rigged. Do you think they're just going to change a storyline at 1 minute when they've got, one guy is fucking road to WrestleMania paved out already? You think that voting in the app is really going to make them just switch it at a moment's notice and put another guy in that position? No. It's all part of a storyline. It makes you think you've got control. It makes people vote because they think, oh, I love this show. They care about what I think. They fucking don't. They really don't. It's all planned. You're spoon-fed what they want you to have. Nothing more. So you think all this yes movement shit is working, John Bryan? It's not. It is pretty much. They'll give him a title run when they want to, if they want to. And if you don't like it, tough shit, because they're the one running the show, not you. So, basically, Hogan came back, and I thought he'd be saying some monumental shit. He didn't. It's one of the worst promos I've ever heard from him. And I know, he's not the old Hulk Hogan that he was. When he was in TNA, he did have issues sometimes fucking kind of losing himself in a promo, making mistakes. You know, since WWE's been live, promos have been kind of terrible because usually, you know, they could edit out something stupid. Now they don't. It's kind of like live, it's live. So they say something, they forget the line, whatever, they look like a complete arsehole, they trip over the words. You know, there's a lot more pressure. Hogan came out, he's talking about his home, how excited he is for the WWE Universe. They now have access to like the WWE Universe, which really he messed up a couple of times. Where we're supposed to say WWE Networks, is like, not off to a good start, are we? Hulk Hogan cares so much about this WWE Network that he doesn't remember the name. He's getting tripped up on his lines. It really wasn't rehearsed well, you know. So and then it's like, for the WWE Universe, the WWE Network. So I was like, oh, you didn't pull it back. And then he started talking about, and I've got some mega news for you, brothers. I'm going to be the host of WrestleMania 30, brother. Which is like, that's, you know, he was at the first WrestleMania. It makes sense that he's going to host the 30th. But then remember this, like, we knew he was going to host it. It said in Elimination Chamber. I don't go on dirt sheets or spoilers or, you know, wrestling blogs. It said, I think Michael Cole said at Elimination Chamber the night before, he's going to host WrestleMania 30. So it was like, he told us this great revelation we already knew. So it was like, I got some monumental news, you know. Yet when you hear that, you just feel like, I'm gonna wrestle at WrestleMania in addition to hosting it, brother. That's what you kind of expect. And what you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you? But instead he said, like, what you gonna do when, like, the WWE Universe or the WWE Network and Hulkamania run wild on you? And it's like, wow. They had to corny it up. You know what I mean? If Hulk Hogan endorses it, he comes out one time and says, anyone who knows wrestling cannot say that I didn't have a massive impact on it. If you're too young to know who I am, then get the WWE Network, go back in time and see how good wrestling used to be and how shit it is now. But no, you could just like do some plug like of, you know, watch some of my matches with Ultimate Warrior, you know, well, the fucking main one. You know, watch some of my matches, some of my classic matches. Watch my match with the Undertaker. You know, it's time for the streak. They can talk about Undertaker. Talk about, you know, my match with Brock Lesnar. You know, so he could plug that as well. So instead, it was just, you know, JBL sitting there. He's going through. Oh, you can watch my match with Eddie Guerrero or Batista. Like I remember not enjoying one of JBL matches. You know, I endured them. I didn't enjoy them. I never wanted to watch him, and I hated him as a champion because I found him so fucking stale and boring. You know, Michael Cole, they're just plugging their own matches, kind of thing. It's like fucking. It's like, this is enough. It was enough with the WWE app. Now they're telling you, oh, WWE Network and blah 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 blah. They're putting all this money behind it, and yes. But then here is a problem of, it is about the money, because they're saying, oh, they've been plugging it on every show. It's not like they alter the show for English broadcast. Like, they change some of the adverts we get over here. You know, you get commercials over there. When the feed comes over here, it's not like our advertisements are for, you know, Popeye's Chicken, you know, or Rusty's, or something like, you know, American promotion that is not promoting NASCAR or something. It comes over, we've got our own set of advertisements. So why is it coming over telling us about the WWE Network launch when we're not going to get it until, you know, June, July, late 2014, early 2015, which could be a year away from now. So it's saying you can get all the pay-per-views free. It's just tantalising you and insulting you that the USA is going to get WrestleMania for free if they sign up to the WWE Network for the 6 months subscription of $9.99, which is nothing really. You know, or, you know, do you really want to watch a pay-per-view you've seen before, you know? So they're going to get it so much earlier. They're going to have access to free pay-per-views, you know, free pay-per-views every year, which, you know, is pretty good in itself. When you pay, you know, 15, you know, it's usually about 15 here for a pay-per-view. So when you think about it, it's like, you know, these pay-per-views, so a lot of them have been really shit. They've had like 3 good matches out of, you know, 7, or 2 good matches out of 7. You know, do you really want to have to pay for these pay-per-views? You know, or should you be paying in the first place? But I just feel like it's a slap in the face. Like, we're gonna have to sit here for, you know, up till 2015. If we have to wait till 2015, You know, if we have a pay-per-view every 2 months or whatever, count up how many times. It's 15 again, 15 again, 15 again, up to, 2015. That's a lot of money we've missed out on, and then we've got to pay for the network as well on top of that. Whereas, the USA is going to have more in their pocket if you're a subscriber, which I think is kind of annoying. Or if you want to go back and watch all these pay-per-views, I'm sure you can find some of them online or on DVD. They have been releasing greatest compilation matches, things like that. But yes, probably I do want to have the network, and I was looking forward to the network. But then just showing us that we can't have it and we don't have it here yet, it's just a slap in the face. It's like pretty much going like showing an advertisement for a game in America on that comes over on our shows as well, and it's not available. It's the same thing like when I go to a cinema and it shows me a movie and it's not out for like 2 years or something. You're like, Superman coming soon, and coming soon is a year and a half. It's just like a slap in the face because we're not getting it. So I feel like the marketing for it, using Hogan to promote it was a smart idea marketing wise, but he couldn't cut the promo for shit. He didn't do it justice. It didn't seem like it made sense. When he was talking, like it was the same things we already knew anyway. If people want to pay $10 a month, Hulk Hogan telling you to pay $10 a month probably won't do it if you're an adult with a brain. You'll do it because you want to do it, because you're a fan of wrestling and you want to support it. But I think you're not going to want to watch anything from 2004 onwards. Realistically, there's only like a few decent storylines you'd want to relive. So I think, if anything, it's gonna degrade the WWE a little bit, because the young fans, if they grew up watching WWE, the ones that only know Cena from 2008 because of that young or whatever, they're gonna watch it from one point and they're only gonna see the PG era and not really have the experience of what it was like before that. So those who a lot of them aren't gonna want to go off their own back and look at Macho Man Randy Savage or Ricky the Dragon Steamboat or Ric Flair's early career or Undertaker's early career. They're not going to want to go and look at that, or the Hart Foundation or the Bushwhackers or the Legion of Doom. They're not going to want to go and relive that. So it makes me kind of think like with this network, and they might not search for something like there may be 50 Macho Man Randy Savage matches, but they might not be able to find them unless they look for them, unless like there's Hell in a Cell month where it's just you click here and it shows you all the Hell in a Cells that they've ever had. But I feel like this could be good for younger fans, but in that sense bad for the WWE, because they could go back and look at how great some of the old matches were, how great some of the old people were, and how edgy it was, and then and then they look at today's and go, this isn't as good as that Raw was. This Hell in a Cell pay-per-view wasn't as good as that Hell in a Cell match. So I think in some ways it's nice to know that some of the younger fans are going to start learning things and not just see that there was a better time, there was a golden age of wrestling, and there was a golden age for the WWE, and it wasn't this watered down shit now. So what do you think about WWE Network? Are you in the USA? Have you got it? What do you think? Are you in the UK? Do you think it's worth waiting for? Do you want it? Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll see you later.